Before that droplet falls, it has already decided whether your beds will burst with growth or limp to harvest. Globally, growers waste billions of liters of water and entire crops to 5 avoidable watering errors. In the next 10 minutes, we will correct each one using peer-reviewed science and field-proven practice. Stay focused. Every principle we cover today can cut your irrigation bill in half and raise yields by more than 20%. Habit 1. Water at dawn, not dusk. 6 a.m. is not romantic, it is agronomic. Temperature, wind speed, and vapor pressure deficit are lowest just before sunrise, giving you the narrowest window for evaporation loss. At the University of California's Hansen Station, overhead irrigation at 6 a.m. lost 4% of applied water, while the identical volume at 2 p.m. lost 31%. That is 1 in 3 liters evaporating before it even touches a root. Disease follows the same clock. Leaves that remain wet overnight form the moisture film required for powdery mildew, botrytis blight, and bacterial speck to germinate. By watering just after first light, you grant foliage 10 daylight hours to dry, interrupting the infection cycle. Action protocol. Program your controller or your alarm to start flow 30 minutes before civil dawn and finish as the horizon brightens. Hand watering? Stage the hose the night before and step outside with it while the kettle boils. Habit 2. Deep, infrequent soaks. Roots behave like athletes. They strengthen only when forced to work. Daily sprinkles moisten the top 2 centimeters, teaching roots to linger near the surface, where heat and wind will scorch them. Iowa State pepper trials that watered to 20 centimeters twice a week produced root systems 42% deeper and kept leaf water potential 18% higher during heat waves than plots misted each morning. Verification is simple. Immediately after irrigation, push a long screwdriver into the soil. If resistance climbs before 15 centimeters, extend runtime. If it slides easily past 20, you have delivered a physiologically meaningful dose. Calibration drill. Lay a soaker hose, apply water for 30 minutes, then excavate a narrow trench perpendicular to the line. Adjust duration until the wetting front consistently reaches 18 to 22 centimeters. Expect sandy beds to need watering every 4 days, heavy clay every 7 to 10. Pause prompt. Jot down your current runtime. How many minutes must you add or subtract to hit that 20 centimeter benchmark? Note it now. Test it at your next irrigation. Habit 3. Know your soil texture. Texture dictates storage. Particles up to 2 millimeters form sand. Field capacity barely 12% by weight. Drainage in hours. Particles under 2 microns build clay. Field capacity near 40%. Drainage in days. Air exchange dangerously slow if flooded. Loam balances both extremes. Identify texture with a ribbon test. Moisten a handful, roll it between thumb and forefinger. Sand crumbles instantly. Loam forms a short, fragile ribbon that fractures at 5 centimeters. Clay stays pliable beyond that length. Management is texture-specific. Sand delivers smaller doses more often. Incorporate compost to increase holding capacity. Clay. Apply water slowly. Elevate beds and add coarse organic matter to promote infiltration. Long-term USDA plots show that adding 3 centimeters of mature compost each year raises available water capacity by 25 to 30% across all textures. Compost also fuels microbial activity, improving aggregation and root aeration. Field task. Perform the ribbon test this week. Upload a photo and your measured ribbon length. Include your crop so we can refine texture-based schedules together. Habit 4. Target roots, not leaves. Overhead spray looks satisfying and wastes almost half the volume you pump. Droplets drift on wind, vaporize in glare, and soak foliage pathogens crave. University of Nebraska trials showed subsurface drip achieved the same soil moisture with 47% less water than boom sprinklers, and cut foliar disease incidence by 50%. Install porous soaker hose or pressure compensating emitters at 15 centimeter spacing for beds. or loop a ring of 2-liter emitters at the drip line of each tree. Maintain line pressure between 70 and 100 kilopascals for uniform distribution. Keep paths intentionally dry. Weed seed germination plunges when inner row moisture stays below 10%. Hand watering? Fit a soft flow wand, hold it at soil level, count to 20 per plant, then move on. Precision beats volume every single day. Quick check. After your next session, lay a sheet of newspaper between rows. If it is wet, raise emitters or adjust pressure. Water belongs in soil, not on straw. Habit 5. Irrigate by measured need, not by calendar. Clocks and calendars ignore evapotranspiration, canopy expansion, and weather fronts. Instead, measure moisture. The finger test works. Push to the second knuckle. If soil is cool and cohesive, withhold irrigation. For precise numbers, install a tensiometer or capacitance sensor at 10 and 20 centimeter depths. Maintain matrix potentials between -10 kilopascals and -30 kilopascals for annual vegetables. Perennial berries can tolerate readings down to -40 kilopascals between flushes. Synchronize to weather. Suspend irrigation 24 hours before a reliable 10-millimeter rain event. Michigan Extension document 18% annual savings simply by linking valves to NOAA forecasts. Worksheet. On a whiteboard near your tap, list each crop, ideal moisture range, and a daily weather link. Visual prompts / accidental overwatering and hardwired data-driven decisions. Synthesis and action plan. Dawn irrigation. Deep soaks, texture-matched scheduling, root-targeted delivery, sensor-driven timing. Together, they deliver 3 quantifiable returns. 1. 30 to 50% water savings. 2. Sharp disease reductions across fungal and bacterial complexes. 3. Yield gains averaging 20% in replicated fruit and vegetable trials. Select one habit tonight. Implement it for 7 days. Record baseline and post-change data, soil moisture, water meter pulses, canopy turgor. Share your findings below so we refine practice collectively. Subscribe for research-grounded agronomy briefs and consult the description for primary literature cited. Thank you for putting science to work in your garden.